Got an AR-15 full of negative emotion bullets. You like, damn, I thought you was cute. Let's try this again. So the scenario that I'm talking about is chakras, which are connected to your 7 major endocrine glands. You got your pituitary gland, your pineal gland, your thyroid gland, your thymus gland, your solar plexus gland, your sacral gland, and your kundalini gland, which is your perineum, give or take. Now, you can talk about your root chakra every single day, but if you don't do root locks or band locks, you're not activating your root chakra. You can wear the color red every fucking day, and your root chakra will not be activated. In order to deal with your chakras, you got to do exercises. Jay Plan, though, if you want to get big arms, you can't just talk about you doing bicep curls. You got to take your ass to the gym, grab that fucking iron, and curl that shit. And then your arms will get bigger. So when it comes to your root chakra, which is connected to a real actual gland, your kundalini gland, you got to do root locks. Or else you're not grounding. Or else you're not connected to your root chakra. If you don't understand your emotions, your sacral chakra is imbalanced. And your emotions are your emotional reactions to life and circumstances in reference to the fact that you have a soul. Your ass could be in a fucking cardboard box and you just gotta be like, you know what, fuck it. At least I got a soul. But when we entrench with glamour, we like, well, I don't have what I want, and so let me feel bad. An emotional reaction. Sacral chakra imbalance. Sometimes people say, well, why can't I do the same things that a man do? Or why can't I do the same things that a girl do? Because life gonna treat you different. Like this. I'll give you an example. If you hang out with a dude and he be like, man, I'm sad. My money ain't together. My mama don't love me. My friends isolated me. I stink a little bit. I got $20 in my bank account. My leg hurt a little bit. I got a little pain in my knee. My dick ain't the biggest. Kind of overweight. And they just go on and on and on about everything that's wrong with them. Sooner or later, you're not going to fuck with him. Now, if you tell me that on the flip side, you deal with a girl, she's saying, oh, I feel bad. You know, I ain't got my shit together. That's music to my ears. Oh, let me help you. Let me help you then, bitch. Let me give you some love. What you need. Right? So this is why emotions, when it comes to men and women, like, if you ever got some pussy, you handled your emotions in a type way. Women don't actually have to handle their emotions. It's kind of cute. It's kind of a turn on. I'll do you one better. It's easy for a woman to get a man when she played a damsel in distress, right? It's harder for a woman to get a man when she independent and hard body, right? If she feel like she don't need nothing and she's strong and independent and got her shit together, well, that's not going to attract a man, because men are attracted to women who got fucked up emotions. It gives us something to do. Let me help this hoe. So I'm not saying that it should be like that. I'm just saying how shit is. I would want to deal with a person that understands and understands that their emotions is illusions. Their emotions is connected to glamour. But you're not ever going to find a person like that. For real. Because this is what a nigga been eating off of, right? Making somebody feel a certain type of way based upon their emotions. Where do we get this from? When we was kids. Your kids will manipulate your ass not through greatness and high achievements, nigga. Your kids manipulate you through negative emotions. If they want McDonald's, they don't say, Mom, look how good I cleaned my room. You think I can get some McDonald's? They gonna cry. Now, as parents, we might say, damn, I wish you would do positive things to get positive reactions, but it's a real disconnect. And of course, there are anomalies. There are exceptions to the rule. But when you, like, chakra's been around for 5,000 years at the very least. Somehow, when niggas start talking about it, motherfuckers be like real confused about it. Like, chakras is real interesting, but I don't give a fuck about that shit. What I'm trying to explain to you is that you have actual glands in your body that produce specific hormones in relation to how connected you are. Root chakra. If you disconnect it mentally, emotionally, psychologically to the universe and the cosmos, which is why we study astrology and study our chart, because we are a part of the universe. We're not some fucking anomaly that just fucking burst out of the fucking sky one day. We are a biological process, and there is a mechanic and process to us. But if we're not told that process, how are we going to fucking know it? So I bring up, my point is, most of society have not even elevated past the root chakra because most people operate in ego. And ego says, I'm this anomaly that just burst out of fucking creation when I was 4 years old. Because from 0 to 4, your ego didn't even fucking exist, but you existed. How did that work? But then when you get grown, it's not like your spirit get larger, your ego get larger. Your ego existed out of probably trauma and fantasy. Like, your ego have been given to you because of some fucking insanity. So no, you're not connected. No, you don't know what your emotions is going to bring about. And then you get to the solar plexus, and then you get to the heart. Man, it's like you got to do shadow work, but you also got to understand, like, man, it's a lot to me that I don't know. And if I imagine myself to be my ego, this is going to be very confusing for me. I'm going to be limited from my expression, understanding, and overstanding. So how am I going to expand how I view myself? The first thing is that you have to connect. And it's like, well, how do you connect? Connect just seems so hard. Hey, how, like, everybody wears shoes, right? Everybody wears shoes. You rarely go outside and see, like, you can't even go into an establishment without shoes on, right? So what does that say? Everybody is disconnected from source. Because you don't need shoes. Shoes is your feet on earth is what it grounds you. It what connects you. Yoga, meditation, root locks in combination with your feet on the grass and actually really grounded. You can do this if you're hurt, sick, you got a headache, or you can do this as a normal practice. My advice is to do this as a normal practice, because if you're not grounded and connected, then you grasping for straws. And I really mean that. Like, it's nothing that's going to help you more than connecting to the universe, connecting to the earth connecting to the universe by way of the earth. Because we're connected to the earth, we're also connected to the cosmos. But we cannot access all of this information because we have an inflated ego. that says everything that I'm thinking and processing must be true. And then that's a false belief. And then you attach illusions. And then you attach glamour. So you have layers of false beliefs and lies that most human beings just have to sit and deal with. 99.9% of the people that you deal with are conversing in illusionary conversations. Because without illumination of the soul, everything is illusion. There's certain realities that it's like I can open my mind to and I can see and I can understand and overstand. And if I was to act out on it, it would be very traumatic and very triggering. And this is kind of what you call wisdom. This is what you call knowledge. And realizing what is my issue? Where is my problem? And then handling that shit. What I'm saying is, it's easy to lash out at people. It's easy to project your negative energy onto others. It's much more harder to deal with your fight or flight. It's easy to ground, but yet and still, when you walk outside today, you're going to put on some shoes without even thinking about it. Y'all got kids, right? When they go outside, do they think about putting on their shoes first, or they just run out with no shoes? And you got to tell them, hey, put your shoes on. Enough times you telling them that, it becomes a response. So we can't ground. We disconnected in the most deepest major way. Every single day, all day, every day. When you walk outside, what you're going to see is people with shoes. And if you think I'm bullshitting, just Google how to ground. Scientific journal, medical journal. Them niggas going to sit there with their lab coats and their extensive studies and research and say, if you walk outside without shoes, you will cure inflammation, nigga. You will relieve a headache. But that ain't going to stop niggas from walking outside with shoes and high heels on, spending $400 for Jordans, but won't spend $40 on some microdose capsules. Like, think how crazy and disconnected we are as a species. How many other species of animals do you see walking around this bitch with shoes on? So animals operate on a circadian rhythm. They operate on a ability to just know. Well, because they connected to the fucking earth. What are we? Fucking wearing quick weaves, lace fronts. These niggas out here playing Call of Duty for 9 hours. You feel me? All these goddamn video games, Oculuses, fucking the metaverse. And it's like 3 layers of illusion that a person must get through to even get to a space where it's like, okay, I know who I am. And it's like, man, I don't actually, when I look at it, I understand it. And I also realized, like, in the past, I didn't understand. So this is what spurs on shadow work. Because if I didn't understand some shit and I moved like I understood, that's shadow. Shadow is negative, it's intense, it's bothersome. And the reason for it, so you can address that shit. So be gentle and kind with yourself as you deal with certain things that come to life. It's like you gotta really get into a space of removal of illusion and emotional reactions to get to a space of presence. And most people, they're going to be knee deep in expanding the illusion. And if you lonely and if you lack knowledge of self, you would feel guilty for not living a lie like them. And then you know you're not actually in the space of shadow work, in the space of healing, when you see other people doing shit and you wish you doing that, what they doing. You feel like you behind. But that's also you paying attention to the external world and not your inner world. Because once again, when you look at the external world and you see a nigga doing the same thing that you want to do, guess what's happening on your inner world, on your chakras? It's producing the hormones that say, I ain't shit. In that same moment, you could have been doing the inner work to be getting some sense of centering, some sense of wholeness, some sense of grasping the soul. Like, I know people not going to meditate. That's fine. But don't complain. Don't complain if you ain't meditating. I talk to men. I talk to men with millions of dollars. And guess what, y'all? These niggas can have millions of dollars and be crying over a girl. A girl fucking played them, filleted them, and souffled they fucking ass. Took them all the way to fucking child support court. And it hurt. You know why it hurt? Because they a millionaire. And they a dumbass millionaire weak for pussy. How you a millionaire and can't understand that this bitch is playing you? That don't make sense to me. But that's when, like, men are external. They say men are visual creatures. Like, it's a lot of bullshit cliches that niggas would be like, men are, no. What the fuck do that even mean? What the fuck do that even mean? Men are visual creatures. They want a sexy girl. No, we want a girl that's loyal, that's cooperative, that actually have the same goals, missions, and plans as us. If she come up in this bitch looking like hungry hippo, but she got the same mind as me, that's wifey, dog. I don't give a fuck. Well, men are visual creatures. Hey, we're fucking expanding. We got the same goal. And we got the same effort towards that same goal. It's no ego. It's no fucking shadow. Do you want this? I want that too. Let's go get it together. Bet. You think I give a fuck what you look like? Nigga, please. Like, come on now. Men are visual creatures. Who said? Men are visual creatures? I know niggas, dog. Niggas will smack anything. Show me any girl, whatever she look like. I'm sure she done got laid the fuck out by it, like done got some dick. Because men are not visual creatures. Men will, if it's an opportunity, men will seize on that shit. Men are opportunists. Men want the best life possible for themselves. Men, not boys, because a boy will look like a man, but play Call of Duty for 9 hours straight. So you got to differentiate man and boy. A man knows what he wants, goes and gets what he wants, and he would love to have some support from a divine feminine. But a divine feminine who doesn't do inner work is only caring about how she look and her money. She don't give a fuck about her emotions, nigga. What the hell? Her emotions? I'm going to tell you how this shit going to work when you in a relationship and the girl didn't never do chakra work and she ain't never did shadow work, but she kind of cool. You like her. That kind of cool and you like her is her biggest acting job ever, nigga. She going to act as long until you get comfortable. And then them emotions that she been kind of keeping them in the tuck, you ain't been seeing them all that well because she ain't want to scare you away. Wait until you get comfortable. Here you go, nigga. Where'd that come from? Oh, I kept this stashed in the tuck. When you was taking me out to dinner and impressing me and doing all of this good stuff, I didn't ever have the time to tell you that I had all of this shadow back here and shit. But since we here now, when I was 18, when I was 19, when I was 20, when I was 21, when I was 22, when I was 23. Now I'm 35, and I got 15 years of baggage and bullshit that, we going to resolve, me and you, because I love you so much. That's what's going to happen. In order to do shadow work effectively, especially at the sacral, you have to stop producing cortisol from the pituitary to the sacral level, meaning that your fight or flight has to be absolved, meaning that when you with me or with any other man, you can't say you got to be perfect. Because if you're not perfect, I'm going to be triggered. And if I'm triggered, I'm going to show you all of this emotional reaction that I've been saving for you. Got an AR-15 full of negative emotion bullets. You like, damn, I thought you was cute. Out here looking like goddamn training day. I thought you was sexy. As men, like a man, ain't no way you could look at a girl and say, well, she look good. I might as well take her to meet my mama. A boy might do that. A man, though, you got to see what that emotional shadow and chakra work is like. And I know, like, most people ain't on this level. So it's going to seem like, well, I can still fake it with these niggas that I meet. But you always going to hit a wall called emotional reactions. You always going to hit a wall called fight or flight. And when you talk about being present, and when you're talking about being mindful, and you talk about all of this stuff that's been talked about for years and years and years, somehow a woman can look so good that none of that shit start to matter. Which is an illusion, because it always matters. The more shit that a person do about their external looks, their money situation, that means that in the inner parts, the real parts, that's probably an ain't shit motherfucker. And it might seem like you want a person that's riding a Ferrari. You might want the best looking girl until you get them. And now you like, ugh. So what's the best thing to do? Understand that how you emote is a hormonal secretion of a hormone, period. And your chakras are a consistent outpouring of positive hormones. So if you have, say for instance, at the sacral level, you have a negative emotion and you might need to verbalize or communicate that negative emotion, that's shadow work. What's not shadow work? Having this negative emotion, having this negative feeling, this negative experience, and repressing it. Well, that's creating shadow. Creating shadow at your sacral chakra. And when you do this, you don't change the way that you look. You don't change your hair color. You be the same person. But on the inside, that's the real you. We have been trained. We have been taught. We have been programmed. Look good. Dress good. Show up sexy on the first date. And that might get you in the door. But you got to also realize what's going to happen eventually. And this is emotional intelligence. This is leadership. This is being in a relationship. See, if a person can be emotionally intelligent, then that person can talk to you in simple communicative terms. Now, most of the young men that's going to be out here dating these young women, they're going to be playing more games than game night, goddamn, on a Friday. It might feel like, and it might seem like, all a person can ever do is play games with you. Play emotional mind games. And you are absolutely right. Because if a person can't communicate their pain as a way to purify themselves of it, then at the sacral level, they'll be blocked. They'll talk about the solar plexus. They'll talk about the crown chakra, the third eye, the heart chakra, the throat chakra. They'll talk about all of this shit. But they can't communicate the raw, visceral emotions. So it'll just sound good. And a lot of people look good. A lot of people even feel good. But you're not ever going to get nowhere with a human being. Motherfuckers going to play you on the surface. Motherfuckers going to talk to you for 30 minutes to an hour. Motherfuckers going to run off the phone. Motherfuckers going to be Cinderella when it turned 12. Turn into a motherfucking pumpkin. Because people can't get real emotionally. Like having the real emotional conversations. The sacral chakra is all of the sex. You know? How you going to go on the first date and tell that woman you addicted to porn? Huh? How you going to tell that young on the first date, hey, you know you got on your goddamn V-Long, best V-Long shirt, you got on your chain with diamonds, earrings, nigga, waves hitting, or dreads, got a fresh little lineup, got a manicure, but you still don't understand your sacral chakra though. See, that's levels of illusion. You dig levels of illusion. So if you improve your illusion, you can get in the door. But we don't see the world changing. We don't see our lives changing. We don't see the truth of betterment. Because it's an illusion. It's a mind game. It's fuckery. So, shadow work book, Chakra Nova journal, observing your emotional reactions, journaling it to clear it, get into a space like you've healed your sacral when you can just talk to a person and you can tell them your truth and you don't feel like how they respond to your truth is a reflection of you, because the reality is I'll give you the real, and if you don't like the real, that's good, because it ain't going to change. It's still going to be real. You dig? Like, if you tell somebody the real truth, the guttural truth, and it scares them and they don't want to deal with you, that's the best thing. So shadow work is always good. Even if it removes you from a situation, those are good things. Don't lie to keep a nigga. Don't lie to keep a bitch. Be honest. Because usually that allows y'all to get closer. Usually. If it's real. That's the thing that's going to break the barrier so y'all can move forward. Don't stop lying. Stop lying to yourself. Stop trying to create the boundary between you and your real emotions, when actually, to get the relationship that you want, there should be no boundary to your emotions. Now, this is how it works, though. You don't tell the person that you got a porn. You don't want to tell the person that you're addicted to porn. Well, how do you fix this? You stop watching the porn. You deal with your porn addiction, and then you go on a date. And so you don't have to worry about hiding your porn addiction or your nymphomania, right? Like some of y'all be going on dates, knowing damn well you got a sexual partner. But you don't go on that date and say, well, I'm actually fucking this nigga that I like fucking, but he don't take me on dates because he broke. That's shadow work. Now, you don't want to tell a man that. You don't want to tell a man you fucking somebody, right? Because he going to be like, bitch, why you here with me? You should be there fucking that nigga because I want to fuck you too. I don't want to fuck after. Like, come on now, what you doing? See, now, if you want to be in a relationship with a dude that's taking you on dates, but you don't want to, so the fix is stop fucking a nigga that's not taking you on dates. That's shadow work. But y'all want to be so fucking perked out that when it comes hit you in the face, it's like, oh shit, he's so bad, he's so negative, this nigga so broke. What's wrong with these niggas? If you go out on a date with a man, like a man that you feel like, I want to take this man out on a date, chances are you're not the first woman that he's seen, because women are attracted to other men that other women are attracted to. So if you a man and you don't got women attracted to you, You need to level the fuck up. Because a bitch is never going to think, you know what? I'm going to love this scruffy nigga down here. Never. Get it out your head. Remove it out your brain. You should never love a woman more than you love your purpose. Because she ain't going to love you. It's impossible. I mean, love you. She won't even go out on a date with you. Fuck love. So you got to be the best man that you can be. Period. There's no, I know how it feels to not get no feminine attention. And when you in that space, a woman of value, at least, you might get a fucking crackhead, nigga, to put you on her pedestal. But other than that, you need to level up. So I'm saying that to say, when women go on dates, they're usually going on dates with a man that has already leveled up, that already dealt with women, and can already suss out whether this woman is lying to me or telling me the truth. I feel as though most women is playing like lottery and just trying to find a man that's most gullible, that's going to put up with the majority of her shit without her doing shadow work. But that creates tension in our community. We have toxic relationships. We don't have anybody teaching relationships because the facts of the matter is motherfuckers is putting people in jail calling it relationships. So you can get somebody that's goddamn gullible, naive to your bullshit, but that's not actually a relationship. That's you tricking and putting a person in a negative situation. So I'm saying all of this to say, learning to be honest starts with yourself. It starts with your emotional reactions. Like, I'm so lonely, I want to watch porn. I'm so horny, I want to watch porn. Well, you should be able to communicate that. And if you can't communicate that openly and honestly, then you need to stop doing it. So when it comes to the things that you're doing, I'm working out. So if you say, all right, it's easy for me to say, hey, I'm going to the gym, y'all. I'm about to go work out. That's my truth. That's my honesty. I'm going to work out. Now, if I'd be like, well, I'm going to watch some porn after I get off this, like, I wouldn't say that. But that's shadow. And that's the lie to yourself. That then is the lie to other person. So when I'm talking to a person, I want to hear the bullshit. And if I don't hear the bullshit, what you hear from me is silence and crickets. Because I done dealt with enough women. I done did enough readings that I know that women don't come perfect. But they will present themselves coming perfect or whatever the case may be. So like I stated earlier, give me the damsel in distress any day. Because then we got something. I want to help. I want to make the situation better. I want to do that. I don't want to be in a perfect situation with a perfect girl living in a perfect oasis of life, because that don't give me no challenges, and no challenges means that I can't grow. And as a spiritual being, like a tree, my natural set point is to grow. So when you live in illusions, glamour, Maya, these are fixed positions that in like stop you from growing. So that's the problem with it. Truth might be hurtful. Truth might piss people off, but at least you know after you say the truth, you can grow. Right? So that's my overall point. And it's real good to understand chakras in reference to your body. You know, read Chakra Nova, take notes related to your body, and then work the journal. If you're doing root locks consistently, journal how it's changing your life. And when you working through your emotions, identify your emotions, pinpoint your emotions, work through your emotions, change your life by changing your inner world. I guarantee you, That's where the results are. When y'all sign up for these people courses, y'all be listening to these people and they be telling you all of the shit that they need to tell you and it sound good. The problem is you're not getting no results from that. Motherfucker telling you about their life, what they got going on, how good they shit is, right? That shit ain't helping you do nothing. Now, when you realize that you have a Kundalini gland and it's an exercise called root lock, you can Google that shit and you can do that shit and then you can journal. Okay, since I've been doing root locks, I've been experiencing this. Since I've been walking outside with no fucking shoes on, I've been experiencing this. That's where your results lie. That's the truth. That way, when you integrate and deal with your root chakra and have a relationship with your root chakra, then you don't need me for shit. You got a contact with your own body, spiritual body, physical body, astral body. You consciously aware of it. I'm saying all of this to say most people are not. Most people are their ego. Illusion, Maya, glamour. Okay? So to remove that is a lot of work. It's a lot of conversation. It's a lot of building. And most people don't have the heart to realize this. They just want to expound and expand their ego. But if you want more out of life, then you need to get a consciousness. Just start with your root chakra. Start with your Kundalini gland. Start there. Don't worry about nothing else. Root lock. ROOTLOCK. Google it. See how to do it. Do that shit. Okay? Let me know your results. Straight like that. Peace.